Hi everyone, it's Taff. Welcome to Professional Farmer, back in the US map. So here we are. And last time we did the harvest. So as you can see, I completed the baling on this split field between the barley and the corn. Sorry, barley and the wheat. And I have gathered what bales are left round the baler, which has now become a sale point, as you can clearly see. We've got this little field we still need to bale. And we baled the field over there and we ploughed the field over there. So first things first, let's just clear this field. The ones at the bottom of the field, you can see there's still some from last harvest baled up near the barn, and I put some of them into the grass pen. I didn't record that because there's going to be so much baling, it really doesn't matter. Right, let's just bring this over here and drop that down. Right, now we should be able to come around here to the baler and we enter the bale menu. There we go, bale menu. Sell all those bales for $1,600 US. Sold. Beautiful. Cleared the field. That is literally the best way of clearing these fields. So let's just back this down here. A bit further. There we go. So we've got this little field here just to bale, which we can do. We did get them all, didn't we? Yes, we did. Right, let's just go to F4. This baler is completely empty, which is fine. Let's just switch it on. B is not switched on, of course, it's R. And no, that's fine. That's all it is. Let's change down a few gears and just get up this loose stuff here, which is a bit annoying. Don't like this. It looks scruffy, so I want to get rid of it. So what we'll do, we'll bale this field and then we'll leave the baler in the middle of the field so we can do exactly what we just done and use the remnants. Sorry, we'll use the baler as a sale point next time when we load into the game. So let's just quickly mosey through this little field. It's going to take us 2 minutes, so it's not going to be a big problem. Now the field over the road did a similar thing. Obviously we baled it last time. And the bales were sitting in the field. So what I've done, I've literally just used the front loader to move all the bales to the divide between the two fields. So the little hedgerow, that's where I've just stuck the bales out of the way, and in time we'll move the baler over there and sell them. The problem is you need to... Let me just go see. There you go, a bit more distance, a bit better, isn't it? Problem is you can't just save the game and the baler then becomes a sale point. You literally have to exit out and load back in, and then it becomes a sale point out. So it's not something that's a great way of doing it all at once just to get proof of point and get that action resolved. It's something that you can do over time, and what you really need to be doing is paying attention to what you're doing, because these bales take next to no time. But as you can see, within no time, we've got almost 16,000 US back in the bank. So, hey, it can't be bad, eh? And the good thing, as I noticed on this baler, you can actually just completely whiz along and it's fine with it. So let's get to 4D. We could probably do it in top gear, but I don't want to because I want to keep it reasonably realistic, even though it's not, if you know what I mean. And it just means that if we're going too fast, every time we have to stop to eject the bale, it means we travel over more unclaimed straw, which we just have to back up on over. So it doesn't pay to go too fast. This is a bit patchy. Who the hell cut this stream? Honestly. Oh, there we go. See, we are getting so many bales off here. There's patches of straw. I'm not going to worry about that. We've got so much straw. And so we dumped some of the straw into the animals. So if you look at the animals, hay, so you got over 10,000. We could put more in there and get up to 30,000. I might put some of these bales in there, but they're so fiddly to move about. You won't believe. Now some of the bales, I could, you know, the forks on the front loader were just passing straight through them, and it was causing. I ended up having to ram them towards the bale sale, which was a bit frustrating. So just a few little bugs here and there, just the way it is, unfortunately. I'll come and collect those little bits of straw should we need to just tidy off a a bale that's already been. Whoa! Oh my goodness! This must have been such a densely packed crop to be able to pump out almost 2 bales a row. But it is 2 bales a row, isn't it? Which is unbelievable. I must admit, I haven't had time to go and look at the forums this week to see what's going on in the Playway UIG professional farmer world. Judging from your comments last time, and and the lack of movement in the forums, which I've previously noticed, it does indeed appear that this game is dead, which is very sad news. Very sad news. Again, potential wasted due to fallings out and not very good support contracts, should we say? Which is a real shame. It's a real shame. But never mind. We could say that for most of the agricultural simulators. So I think UIG have just sort of putting their stake in the ground. This is what you can expect from us. No matter which developing house, maybe it be Aculogic or maybe it be Playway. This is the standard. You're pretty much going to get. Which I think is quite telling. And I think on that behalf, I will declare now I will not be purchasing any new UIG games. I just don't think it's fair, because people, I still get people today saying, "Oh, I watched your agricultural simulator, so I picked it up cheap on Steam." And half of me thinks that's great because you're going to experience some of the really good bits about that game. The other half of me thinks, have I just missold you a game which is actually incomplete, very buggy, and will be, the bringer of so much frustration. I don't know. I kind of feel guilty doing that, and I don't want to be seen to be trying to make these games appear more. Because obviously, I want to make a video reasonably entertaining for people to watch. Otherwise, why would you watch? But I don't want to mislead you into thinking the game is, creating all this enjoyment when it isn't. Don't get me wrong, I do enjoy these games. This is a good game, although it does feel a little bit soulless. It doesn't have a soul to my mind, but that wasn't a problem with Agricultural Simulator 13. That I felt had a great soul of a game. It had a real personality, and I loved it and hated it in equal measure. But mostly, I loved it, and the frustration. I can't tell you the frustration I have about the wasted potential in that game. Hopefully, as I say, we've only got a month now or so until Farming Sim 20. No, start again. Till Farm Sim 15. Cows bring in $900 US, eggs bring in $530 US. Lovely stuff. So only just over a month, I believe, until Farm Sim 15 finally touches ground. Can't wait. It's all on pre-order, so I should have that ready to download ASAP as soon as it goes live. No doubt some of the bigger YouTubes will have a review copy sent through early. Lucky little devils. That won't be me, sadly, because I'm a bit of a nobody. But I will get some Farming Sim 15 as soon as possible. So yeah, I'll probably try and get a video out on the first day of release, just because everyone will be. Right, we got 50%, so I am going to start picking up those loose bits of straw. I think that way. No, we're just going to drive around a circle on that one. Fine. Okay, just going to get these 2 bits and we'll come back for that bit. That bit down there is in my bad book, so I'm just going to give it the naughty step treatment for a second and then come back for it and pretend all's forgiven. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 bales of this bit. That's not too bad. Possibly a 13th. Lucky 13, eh? I think there's a couple of spots of straw on this field as well. So let's see if we can just finish this bale off. If not, well, we'll just park the baler up and leave be. What is that black shadow bouncing? Is that the bale inside? Is that the oh dear, oh dear. Okay. 69%. Is that all the straw we have left? That looks like it, doesn't it? That does look like it. Okay, so we're not going to be able to finish that. So what we'll do, we'll park this baler. Park it in the middle of this field. And then we'll group the bales around it, and then we can sell it. So let's bring it down here. Actually, let's drive it between those so that we can hopefully get all three of those in there. There we go. So we bring that and drop that about there. Great. We'll get this tractor out of the way. Now we can get rid of those so we can have a clear view of what we're looking at. The baler is still running without any power source. The baler is still running. No, it's not, but it's still making a noise. Okay, that's slightly interesting. Okie dokie. Let's jump into this one then. Let's drive down here. We'll connect up to the baler and switch it off because we don't want that noise running. Clearly, it's got its own motor unit. I don't know. I always thought they were powered off the PTO of the tractor. That was always my understanding. Maybe this is a special one, or maybe they've just changed since the old days. Or maybe this is just bugs. I'm sure you'll tell me either way. There we go. Whoops. Don't drive into it. Right, now let's just pack these bales around. Bounce as we release the bale, as you will see in nature. Ah, good old physics. I guess, you know, physics are one of the hardest things to program, especially when you've got objects which are acting as all sorts of different materials. You've got to try and list that down. It's not easy. I take the mick, but it's not easy. And they have done a reasonably good job in this game. They could have and should have taken it on, developed it more, and it could have been great. Unfortunately, as I said, it's just a bit of a hollow game. It just doesn't feel. It feels like, you know, now we know it's abandoned for sure. Well, not for sure, but it's pretty much abandoned. It's sad, isn't it? It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. Especially when they've sold. You know, I guess they'll say, "Well, we sold the game to you. It's playable," and it is. You know, you can't deny that. It is playable. It's not optimised, far from it, and it's got a number of issues, but at least with, I guess, with this one, it's not too as bad as Agricultural Simulator 13, as you can genuinely get this game working and playing, and there is a fair amount of joy out of it. The fact that there's no modding community does, of course, limit its long-term use, which is a real shame. Real shame. But hey ho. It'll be interesting to see what Professional Farmer 2015 comes out as, and which developing house they will use to actually pump it out, or will UIG try and produce it themselves? That should be a laugh. Oh, I'm whinging again. I'm not whinging actually. I'm just a little bit saddened. I think I'm a little bit saddened about all this wasted potential. They seem to come up with some great concepts like the soil. We obviously it is a Farming Sim 15 mod. Let go with the bale. Sorry, Farming Sim 13 mod. I think I said 15. Which is a pretty groovy idea, really. I never really understood it. I'm sure if I bothered to actually read on the guides, I'd understand it, but it hasn't really benefited me or hampered me in any way. But it was a neat concept to try and add in. Right, one more after this, and then we can go and do some other tasks. We can leave baling for a day. because I'm sure you've had enough. Right, come on, nail it. Awesome, right, there we go. That's all I wanted to do on the baling side today. Now, we obviously want to skip a season next time, but we don't want to lose these bales. Whoa. Oh, goodness me. Bounce. Oh, God. Hang on. It's sunk into the ground. There we go. Right. So let's get this tractor out of the way. Let's just nudge that one a little bit closer, shall we? No. Managed to drive around it. Precision without touching it, which is amazing. Right, we'll just park. Oh, we might as well park it on that field because we know we're not going to do anything on that field while the baler is there. So we need to save and restart to actually get that to a sale point. Right, okay. Now, so what we have, let me just show you what I've done in the other field, which we're going to do some work. So let's get the plough and we'll get that ploughed up. Now that field, I want to probably stick to grass, I think. Now we're early summer at the moment, and we don't want to do any planting of crops until, you know, August. Sorry, autumn. Otherwise it won't register, and we won't be able to. Well, we'll just be wasting our time basically. So let's get this field started ploughing. We might not necessarily finish it, but it's a task we can do. So I think that field over there is, as you can see, I've grouped the bales, which you know you may well see in the hedgerow between the fields, while the farmer's waiting to decide what he wants to do with it. He just dumps it there, and he'll continue on later. So now let's drop this down. Oh yeah, we don't have. So let's just go forward. That should start ploughing. Yeah, it does. Lovely. I think I'm in about 4B, gear 4B. Wow, that is really pulling to the right. Let's have a quick look. I am in 6C. Well, okay. 4C, there we go. We're going to 4C. That should give us a bit more grunt. Fine. There we go. Get this ploughed up. Lovely jubbly. Not doing the neatest job in the world. I agree. But people are saying, oh, funny enough, I was having a conversation about my ploughing technique. Now, well, funny enough, I actually had the plough the wrong way round. So, I was going to go edge the field, then swap over to the other edge of the field, but I might as well do this, because this will now plough it back into the furrow we just dug. So I did actually do the first string, or the first run, incorrectly, but never mind. Never mind. I realised I did it incorrectly. Oh look, it's pulling me to the right and I can't get back in. Wow, yeah, it's definitely got a feel for being pulled, so that's how you should do it. I did it wrong first time. Oh dear, as you're all probably screaming at the TV, you did it wrong, you muppet. Now, what I was actually going to touch on was a lot of people say, obviously with the rotating plough, it's actually quicker not to bother rotating it and just drive from side of the field to side of the field, which is like the old-fashioned technique before the rotating ploughs came in. Okay, didn't want to do that first bit, but that's fine. There's obviously a reason for that. Let's just get this ploughed. This field, I want to stick some grass on it. I'm going to put some grass on this so we get a nice big field of grass, and it should also rest the field up a little bit as well from doing arable crops. So we'll stick some grass on there, which should be fine. Now the one next to it, I'm thinking the little one which we have been put grass on it, which you can't see. There we can. I was thinking about doing peas on the big field. I was thinking about doing canola, and possibly on the field which we have the bales on at the moment, we may do another wheat or barley, depending which one, other one we had on there last time, and then we'll slowly start rotating them. So that's the thought process, unless there's something else you desperately want to have. Obviously we don't have the money to do corn right now, so don't shout corn. We obviously have only got the wheat header for the combine. So that is the only ability of harvesting we have, apart from grass, of course, which we have the forage wagon. So yeah, they are pretty much what we're going to be limited to for the foreseeable future, until we A, raise enough money to buy a corn seeder and a corn header, or B, potato stuff, which is a long way away, to be honest with you. So I'm not sure if this is faster than rotating the plough, but you know, it's a valid technique. So we're going to pursue on with it in this one, I think. And we'll probably just plough this field and be done with the day. I think that'll be a good day's effort. So next time we come back, I'll sell all those bales around that baler, and then I'll park the baler next to that mound of straw. And then the next time we load in, we'll be able to sell that, which is fine. It's not doing any harm there. It will not. Well, it should not disappear because we've had that. So we've had those bales. Oh, I've accidentally rotated. Okay. Rather than waste that, let's drive out this side then. Now we've had the bales outside the barn for a whole year now, so it's clear that there's no reason why they should despawn or anything weird like that. So that's what I'm hoping. It should be absolutely fine. You've got a friend indeed, or in need. I can't remember what the official line is. Could be either, could be either, could be or. It don't really matter. Do. Oh, it's pulling left that time, strangely. Is that strangely as how it would be? I don't know. But yeah, I do like how it does. I don't know if it's a bug or it's actually genuine supposed to be feature where the actual plough feels like it pulls the tractor. I'm not sure. I'm hoping that's a feature and it's not a bug, but you know, my confidence has been rocked in them now, so it could be a bug. But let's pretend it's a feature and it's a good feature. Probably is a feature. Okay, we've probably got another 4 or so passes on this field. So yeah, this is going okay. Is everyone still enjoying this? If you're not, then let me know. I know there'll be people who don't enjoy the farming series anymore. Will probably say, no, we're not enjoying it, play something else. But it's more for obviously the people who like the farming videos, because I sometimes get, obviously there's, overall everything I do is pretty much simulation. Obviously there are some things that aren't simulation. But I do like simulator games, so I want to cater for simulator games. Obviously I enjoy the agricultural side, so I want to cater for that as well. But there'll always be people who enjoy the agricultural videos, don't enjoy like the survival series or the combat, like the B-17 one. They won't enjoy that, or they won't enjoy the driving games, you know, those kind of things. And I perfectly accept and understand that, you know, people enjoy different things. This is purely a selection of games that I enjoy. So sometimes they're a bit random and there seems to be no relation between them at all. That's just because, hell, I just wanted to play them. You probably won't find many first-person shooters, although, saying that, I have just played and completed both Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light, and absolutely thoroughly enjoyed both games. What an amazing bit of storytelling and really good level design. Really like it. It's it harked back, because one of my favourite first-person shooters, I know I'm going off on a complete tangent now, but hell, I started this, so I might as well keep going. One of my favourite first-person shooters was kind of an openish-ish, sandbox-ish game, which was Stalker, Shadow of Chernobyl. Obviously set in the aftermath of the Chernobyl power station explosion in Ukraine in '84, was it? Was it 1984? Something like that. And this is like, you know, years on, where there's anomalies being caused by the explosion, obviously, and there's mutants, mutated animals, and that kind of thing. And these what they call stalkers go into this wasteland to collect these anomalies, which have a high price on the market, that kind of thing. Now that obviously that the stories that the Stalkers games were built on is the same kind of story that the Metro Last Light games are based on as well. And obviously there's references between the two, and you can see commonalities between the two. So that really just brought that game back to life for me, which I thoroughly enjoyed. So yeah, if you're looking for a good first-person shooter with a bit of story and a bit of character, Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light. Now they have just come out on Redux, which is like the super upgraded HD version, which you can get on your next generation console, or you can also get on PC, of course. But if you're not too bothered about the super whizzy, fancy, wacky doodle graphics, then yeah, you can probably pick up the original games, which are exactly the same, barring a bit of graphic fidelity and a few touches here and there, and possibly an odd, maybe a little bit more in the Redux. But either way, it's a fantastic couple of games, whichever version you buy. I thoroughly enjoyed it anyway. Right. That is that field ploughed. Wow, that took next to no time. We zipped through that, and that's all thanks to this huge plough. Absolutely huge. What is that shadow? Oh, it's the power line. That's what it is. That's fine. So we've got the big field to do. I may get some hired help to plough that field, to be honest with you. Wow, that's a bit high, isn't it? Is that going to fit under there? Oh yeah, just. Let's drop that. Great. So I'll probably leave it there. We've had a really good effort actually. We moved some of the grass in there. As I say, we've got some bales here, which were from last year, so that's fine. I'll next time we come in, I will sell those. We'll get some more cash, which should be great. We'll get this field worked. This big one worked by the when I say worked, ploughed and cultivated, and probably seeded by the hired help, but we can do that later. We don't need to do that straight away. So we'll sell the bales, and then we can work that little field, which because these three of the fields are practical sizes for doing during an episode on YouTube. The other one will probably take a few hours, and it's probably not the best. To break that over a couple of episodes of just working on one field, doing the same thing, will be a little bit dull. As I said, I always try and get a couple of activities in each video, i.e. the baling, we've had the bale collecting, and we've also had a bit of ploughing. So there's 3 activities we managed to get in this one, which not huge differences, but there are some different activities to keep it slightly different and keep it mixed up. So we'll get this field ploughed and cultivated next time. Same, we'll get that one cultivated. That one I think is cultivated and waiting to be seeded. So we might get this one ploughed and cultivated while the hired help, and then we can rotate a cycle into autumn. Well, actually, what is it? It's early summer, so we'll probably go late summer. No, I don't know. I'll have to check, but I think that might be too early to seed. So we'll rotate a thing, and we'll get these worked, and then we'll go on from there. So we'll probably rotate on the following episode as well. So with the windmill in sight, I'll leave you there. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Thoughts and comments, please leave in the comment section below, and join me next time for more Professional Farmer. So I'll see you later.